Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, caregivers occasionally need a break, and so do their loved ones. We'll update you on adult daycare. Then feast on these fruits and veggies. We'll preview the produce that's popped up just in time for spring. Here's a reason to smile. The Indians have had their home opener. We'll pitch ways to keep smiling no matter what the season brings. Plus, we'll address the fabulous fashions that our city's privileged citizens once wore. And no matter your marital status, estate planning is essential. We have a plan to get you started.
It's time to get geoing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. If you're one of the 60 million caregivers in this country, you know firsthand the challenges of providing care to your loved one on a daily basis. But what if you could find a supportive care option that would not only benefit your loved one, but also would help your health and well-being? Tina Witt is here to tell us about how adult daycare improves the lives of both caregiver and care receiver. Tina is the Adult Daycare Director for Menora Park Center for Senior Living. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So first of all, when we say adult daycare, what does that mean?
Generally speaking, adult daycare refers to a non-residential facility where older adults can come and we support health, nutrition, social stimulation, socialization, and their daily living needs.
Okay.
They can attend as little or as much as they like. They receive a hot meal.
Ooh,
and
that's always a good thing.
Yeah, and fun activities, and it's personalized to each individual's needs.
Okay, so that sounds like a big order, what you're helping people out with. How do you take care of all those needs, the health, the nutrition, the social, how you take care of all that?
Through many different programs. Specifically at Menora Park, we offer 5 different groups or clubs within the Adult Day program. And basically, each individual's personal needs are considered and then determine which club best would suit them. We also have a full-time registered nurse who can help with medication administration or that professional nursing observation to help with medical needs. All of the activities are planned by nationally certified activities coordinators in collaboration with the clients. So they have an opinion. They get to voice what they want to do when they're at the center. We offer nutritious meals that are prepared on site. We also offer caregiver support. So the best piece is probably the round trip transportation. Ooh. Because most of our clients obviously aren't driving anymore, so we can bring them to and from the center as well.
Okay, it sounds really great. Like, I want to join right now. But what are the real down-to-earth, honest-to-God benefits for both the care receiver and the caregiver?
Sure. For the care receiver, obviously, it's that connection to a social group. Many of our adults are isolated for whatever reason. They're lacking in activity. So they get that connection to a social group. We support their independence. We've seen people actually improve. They're getting that greater stimulation during the day. They're sleeping better at night. So their independence increases. The benefit to the caregiver, it's really a win-win because you've kind of changed that role where a caregiver is a caregiver 24/7. While their loved one is at the day center for the day, enjoying their day, the caregiver's off doing their own thing. So now in the evening, they get to share stories and experiences from the day. So they're not, it changes that caregiver role. Plus they get rest.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to help reduce that stress
Sure.
that comes with being that full-time caregiver.
And peace of mind. They have peace of mind knowing that their loved one is having a good time and cared for during the day.
All right, so you have the daycare, but you also have some programs that are actually open and free to the public. So tell us about some of those.
Sure. One is Club Menora, and that is a completely free program open to the community, and it's the third Monday of every month. And basically, it's a country club for the day. They come and they have lunch. Again, we provide transportation. They have lunch. They have some entertainment, maybe a guest speaker. And they come for a few hours, and for many, it's their only social outlet, that one time per month.
Yeah.
And then we also have the Aging Resources Dinner. That's quarterly. And again, it's for seniors. They come out, it's educational. They have a nice meal. So just a couple of opportunities to get out of the house for free.
All right, sounds great. Seniors who are more engaged, caregivers who are less stressed, adult daycare is a healthy solution for each of them. To find out more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Tina Witt for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information, call Menorah Park Center for Senior Living at 216-831-6500 or log on to www.menorahpark.org. Next, a springtime harvest. But first, we know birds can flap their wings and fly, but only one feathered friend can recreate this move in reverse. So which bird can fly backwards? We'll hover right here because even though our lips are sealed, we'll sing out the answer when we return.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
We're not winging it when we say only the hummingbird can fly backwards and even upside down. And no, they don't hum because they don't know the words. Their name comes from the sound their wings make since they flap them so fast.
We've heard of spring cleaning our homes, but spring cleaning our diets? Angela Majorly is here with a fresh crop of tasty foods that will make cleaning up your eating habits easy and delicious. Angela is a registered dietitian with Metro Health. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Nice to
Well,
be here.
the longer days aren't all that's lightening up here. We have now fruits and vegetables that are light and full of flavor and nutrition. So let's talk
Absolutely.
about some of them.
So let's talk. Well, we'll start with strawberries. While strawberries are available almost year-round, their peak season really is from April through June. Strawberries are great because they're loaded with vitamin C. Just 1 cup of strawberries exceeds your daily dose of vitamin C. They're loaded with fiber, and they're delicious. They're a great
They
dessert.
certainly are delicious.
Yeah. And when you're looking for strawberries, you want to make sure that they're uniform in size, they're plump, and that they've got this great uniform color also.
Okie dokie. So next we have cherries. And these are not on top of our sundaes, right?
They're not. They don't give us too many extra calories. But cherries are so delicious just on their own.
It's my favorite fruit.
Yeah, and they're available late spring, early summer. Cherries are delicious just on their own. They're also rich in potassium and in fiber, and they're really low in calories. 1 cup is only about 100 calories. So they're
Okay.
delicious. They're great.
And we now have apricots. Apricots are
Apricots.
always appetizing.
They are, and they're beautiful. That bright orange color. The bright orange color actually is wonderful because it gives us a great dose of beta carotene, which is so important. They're also rich in potassium, vitamin C, and fiber. And they're all also low in calories. All of that comes in a little 50-calorie
Oh,
bundle.
boy.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
they're great.
So I think we're finishing fruits, but we have rhubarb next. Is that a fruit? Is that a vegetable?
That's a great question. Rhubarb is actually a vegetable, but oftentimes we use it as a fruit in our recipes. Rhubarb is also loaded with vitamin C and fiber and potassium, and the stalk in the rhubarb, which is the only part that's eaten from the plant, is actually quite tart, but when it's sweetened and added to recipes, it adds a great texture and flavor to pies and to sauces and all sorts of different things.
I always liked my grandmother's rhubarb pie.
Yeah, that's also available in some areas year-round, but the ones that we harvest around here is usually April through June.
Okay. Next is asparagus here in the middle.
Yeah, and asparagus is great because it's low in fat, it's high in fiber, also high in iron and potassium as well. So asparagus is wonderful. It's versatile. It can be eaten sautéed, grilled, baked. You can add it to lots of different recipes. So, and it's also available year-round, but its peak season is now in the springtime.
Okay. And I know we can get canned or frozen peas, but fresh peas are
You
just
can't
so
beat
much
it.
better.
Yeah, you can't beat it. And there's so many varieties. We've got green peas, we've got sugar snap, and snow peas. And they're available all year round. But again, now in the springtime is when they're the freshest and their flavor is most robust. Their nutritional value really depends on the type of pea. So the green peas are highest in zinc and in B vitamins, and the other two varieties are higher in vitamin C. And peas are great because, again, they're low in fat, they're high in fiber, and they're a great plant protein source.
Okay, and finally, artichokes.
Artichokes also, we can find them year-round, but their harvest is mostly now March through May. A 2-ounce serving, which is just about the bottom of here without the stalk, gives us about 3 grams of fiber and only 25 calories. And also they're really quite versatile. They can be baked, roasted, and tossed with pasta or used in salads and dips. So they're another great food.
All right, it's all great foods, all taste
great
good.
food. It's awesome.
With options this appetizing, picking your favorite spring produce may present a problem. The easy answer? Take all of the above.
Take it all.
My thanks to Angela Majorly for harvesting such nutritious and delicious information.
Thank you.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or visit their website, www.metrohealth.org. Next, score a winning smile. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Get down to earth at the 25th Annual Earth Fest Environmental Education Event, Sunday, April 19th at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. This is the longest-running Earth Day celebration in the nation and features exhibits, entertainment, and eco-activities all day long. To dig into more information, call 216-281-6468 or click to www.earthdaycoalition.org.
If you feel your smile is striking out, dentist Steve Marsh is here to pitch ways to score a winning grin. He's going to run the bases on how to bring a beautiful smile all the way home.
Thanks, Lori. You know, it's funny, I have sort of 3 passions in my life. My family certainly first. I have a love of dentistry passed on by my father, who was a dentist, and the third thing is baseball. So we thought we'd do something with spring training and dentistry.
Makes a lot of sense, I guess, and we know you like baseball, but you say there are similarities between dentistry and baseball.
Well, I
so
look for
tell me how.
I look for some similarities. You know, in dentistry we wear a mask. And that's my mask, and that's what our hygienists wear, something like that. It's for the patient's protection and our protection. Sometimes we wear these smaller masks, and we'll have some pictures of those as well. And in baseball, you know, Lori, there's a baseball mask. I used this when I played baseball in my 50s in a 55 and over league when I became a rookie. It's 40 years between games.
Oh my goodness, wow.
And in gloves, let's talk about gloves. So we have a baseball glove. We all know what baseball gloves are. I'm a lefty, left-handed pitcher.
Okay.
40-some years ago. And in dentistry, we have gloves as well. And these are non-latex. It's important to let your dentist or dental professional know that sometimes you're allergic to latex.
The allergies,
and we use these gloves instead of these.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and with baseball, you're trying to lead your team to a victory, right?
Right. So there are
how does that work in dentistry?
Well, in dentistry, here's Amy in our office, and you can see she's wearing a mask. You can see we have to set up the dental operatory the same way that you have to set up a baseball field. They have to put lines on the field and put the bases in place. Every morning we have a morning huddle, and we also get the rooms ready, and for sterilization it's very important. There's a picture of my staff and I, and literally, Lori, every morning, Monday through Friday, from 7 to 7:15, we review the day, who's coming in, who was in yesterday, what patients' needs are. Maybe they have a medical issue that we need to be aware of. Maybe they have an allergy to latex. Those are done every day. And then we also look at the days coming up. So we talked about the use of masks, and here's Amy again, one of our 2 hygienists who's using a mask. She's taking here a digital x-ray on a patient. She's also wearing gloves. She's wearing non-latex, latex-free gloves. And these are all parts of the setup. In the same way baseball players have to have the right uniform and the right things to do, we do the same thing, and that's very important. That's why my staff gets there at 6:30, 6:45 every morning.
Every
so that
morning,
we
boy.
can get all in the right places so that we're ready for each patient.
So the team is ready to go to bring a victory, and you have some examples of what you've been able to do with people.
Yeah, and we call these some dental victories. The promo said a grand slam. We hope we've hit some grand slams, and we'll look at some pictures of patients. It's very important to plan everything. Here's a patient who came in. She was very unhappy with the smile that she had. This is her before picture. Her lower teeth we just reshaped, we recontoured, and in this case we did 4 porcelain veneers to give her that beautiful smile. Again, before we did it though, Lori, we went through, here's what the possibilities are, here are the options, the same way you scout another team in baseball.
Okay, there's another similarity.
Right. This is a patient who came in, he had worn his lower teeth down, he was in our age group, ground his teeth at night, he had some sleep apnea, which also wears the teeth out. We showed him before a prototype, the same way you would plan for your opponent. He liked what we had presented, and then we did in the front here porcelain veneers, and in the back we did all porcelain crowns. And again, we planned it out, made sure he looked at the options before we went through, and that to me was a grand slam in this case.
Okay.
Sometimes you go for a double. This patient was missing 2 teeth. He was actually a physician and for many years had worn a flipper. That means it goes in and out. His wife finally said to him, we need something permanent, and she couldn't stand it, so we went for a double, if you will. We did an all porcelain bridge. There's some very strong and beautiful ceramics, no metal, and you can see we did actually a veneer or 2 in the front. And this is a patient who just wanted to have her teeth reshaped in some porcelain veneers. This was, let's say, 4 bases, let's call it a home run, and we gave her the home run that she wanted to change the color or change the shape to give her that beautiful smile. So there are a lot of things that are analogous between baseball and dentistry, 2 of my favorite things.
I see that. So if you want to hit a home run with your smile, play ball with dentist Steve Marsh and his team. To get in the game, give him a call. The number's coming up next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, dressing in grand style. It's time to get up and go, an exercise minute on golden opportunities.
Hello everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness. Today we're going to help you work those ever important shoulder cuffs that help to support our rotator cuff. You ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Let's do it. Okay, so this is an upright row using our exercise band. We're simply going to step on the center of the band. We want to kind of offset our feet here so we can make sure we don't lose the band and we don't lose our balance. All we're going to do is start with your hands, palms facing your thighs in front of you. We're going to lead with the elbows, bringing your elbows above your wrists until your fists touch just about the top of your chest, okay? All the way up, all the way down. Remember, good posture. Make sure you're breathing. It's always exhale with exertion and inhale as you're resting. All right, how you doing?
I'm ready to row my boat out in Lake Erie this summer.
You got the breathing down, you got good posture. Doing well, excellent. All right, everybody, once again, 12 to 15 repetitions, 3 to 4 sets, and you'll have stronger shoulders. So now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
Fashion always makes a statement, and Cleveland's upper class at the turn of the 20th century truly let their attire do the talking. Danielle Peck is here to translate well-dressed wardrobes for us by sharing samples from a special exhibit titled In Grand Style. Danielle is the senior registrar at the Western Reserve Historical Society, where high society ensembles are on display now. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, appreciate it.
What's the time period we're actually talking about here?
The exhibit starts in the 1870s, really after the Civil War, when Cleveland starts to come into its own and gain its wealth and its prosperity and its future, and goes up into the 1930s, early into the 1930s, really with around the opening of Severance Center, and it focuses on that switch from Millionaires Row that you hear about on Euclid Avenue to the development of University Circle. So we have men, women, and children represented in the exhibit. And it just shows the prosperous elite and their accoutrement and how they dressed for the different society happenings in Cleveland at that time.
So it is high style.
Yes.
So we get a peek at that time frame and what it was like in Cleveland and everything through the lifestyle and especially their garments.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
we've got some samples here.
Yes, this is a fantastic teal velvet dress from the 19-teens, just absolutely elegant. You can see influences of Downton Abbey if you are a fan of the show here, and it would have just sparkled and shone in an evening attire. Long gloves, this is definitely a formal event.
Okay.
This is our opening ensemble. It is a French couture piece, and it was worn by a member of Cleveland's Hitchcock family. And it is actually two pieces. It's a jacket with a long train over a very asymmetrical, detailed skirt, and it is just the epitome of high design.
It looks uncomfortable though.
But not too bad. Now we're going to get into more comfortable,
Okay, so
of
that
course.
was the evenings out and the more
Yes.
elegant, mature women. Now
Absolutely.
this looks a little younger.
Yes, the previous piece was an 1870s piece. Now we're going to get into a little bit more freestyle. This is the 1920s. This is a lovely dress worn by a local woman named Phyllis Primrose Peckham. And this dress, we have actually her full ensemble. We have the yellow shoes that matched it, and it is a lovely petal dancing dress. It's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
could
a
see we
cocktail
do the
dress.
Charleston in this or something.
Absolutely. Here we
Okay.
have another nice early afternoon to evening wear outside ensemble worn by Annie Otis Sanders.
Okay.
She was the wife of Judge Sanders from Squire Sanders and Dempsey.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And she was particularly known, this was a Euclid Avenue family, she was particularly known for her hats. And her hat collection came to the Historical Society, and there was about 300 hats, and it formed the basis of our hat collection. But this ensemble and the hat belonged to Annie.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
She looked very dapper in it, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I wish we had time to see more and more pictures.
Well, you have to come and see the pieces in person. That's the best part.
I would love to do that. So, if you want to get more lowdown on the high manner of living that occurred about a century ago, then drive your horseless carriage to the Western Reserve Historical Society and park at the Chisholm Halley Costume Wing, where these ensembles live up to the exhibit's name in grand style. My thanks to Danielle Pack for fashioning this preview for us.
Thank you.
Learn more by calling the Western Reserve Historical Society at 216-721-5772 or click to www.wrhs.org. Next, be a steward of your own estate.
Here, we're improving the health of our community. Here, a student sees a doctor without ever leaving school. Here, a stroke survivor regains the use of his right hand. Here, a foster child gets the consistent care he deserves. Here, and here, we're breaking new ground every day. So we can break ground here tomorrow. Be a part of the Metro Health transformation. It's good for everyone. Here.
Did you miss a phone number or website? Then here's your second chance, because we're going to list all of that information again. Then we'll be back to tell you why you need to update your estate planning. It's spring. Have you done your spring cleaning? If you did you find any old wills and powers of attorney that haven't been looked at since bell-bottoms were in fashion? If that's the case, or you haven't done your estate planning at all, it may be time to clean up your estate plan. Whether you're married, single, or in a same-sex relationship, here to talk about why it's so important is my always fashionable partner, Mike Solomon.
Hello, Lori.
So why should the estate plan be updated from time to time?
Well, you know, things change. Your wishes may have changed. The law certainly has changed many times. The amount of assets you have things that were right back in 1980 don't necessarily fit what you want to do now. So you need to look at that. Let me give you some examples. Let's say you named, you had minor children, young children. You named your spouse the primary executor and your mom secondary. Time goes on, your mom passes away. You don't have a successor executor. Or even worse, let's say you didn't have children at all, and then you named your brother the beneficiary of your entire estate. You get married, you have children. You haven't changed your will, your brother's going to inherit everything. Yeah, so you have to be very careful. You need to update your will just like you update other things in your life. Just keep it up to date.
Okay. Well, what if I don't have a will? Isn't everything going to go to my next of kin anyhow?
Well, Ohio law does provide that on your death, if you don't have a will, everything goes to your next of kin. But first of all, that means you haven't appointed an executor. So you're going to have to appoint an administrator. It's more cumbersome, there's more time involved, therefore more expense involved, and you need the approval of the probate court for a lot more things if you just have an administrator. So that's number one. Number two, Ohio law doesn't just recognize anyone as a next of kin. If you have a long-term relationship with somebody, or you're in a same-sex relationship, even if you're married in another state, Ohio doesn't define that as a next of kin. People who are unmarried have no legal rights as to various assets. So for example, let's say you're in a long-term relationship with someone or a same-sex couple, married even in another state. You buy a home, you live in it, one person owns the home, they pass away. If they don't have a will, that's going to go to the next of kin, and that's not the person they've been living with.
Right.
So that person's going to have to get out of the house, and the house can be inherited by someone else, the next of kin.
Fair. So if we have more questions about this, I understand that there's a seminar coming up.
Right, we have, in a week we have a seminar talking about these issues. All these sort of estate planning issues are really valuable information that we can get more time to get into.
All righty. As you can see from Mike's advice, your estate planning is important, but there is no one-size-fits-all. You need to sit down with your attorney to discuss what you need to handle your situation. Or for more information, call Mike or attend our seminar. The number is coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, Need a Ride? We'll connect you to a unique program offering door-to-door service. Then the rules for reverse mortgages have been revised. We'll take a look at the alterations, and we'll check in on the latest health news. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.